Torey, it's so great to have you on the program once again and to see you here in Sacramento. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's always good to be back with you guys. I always feel like I'm coming home whenever I see these colors together. It's always good to be around.
Yeah, I know the green and gold meant a lot to you in your career, but I want to put some positive vibes out there. Last night watching the game, of course, whenever we play you, we're putting up stuff about you being an athletic, but they showed 9 years at the helm of the Diamondbacks. You're the all-time winningest manager in franchise history. You talk about a blessed run. You're truly on a blessed. I know things aren't great right now, but man, what a blessed run you've had.
I appreciate that. Yeah, when I look back on my career, it's been 9 unbelievable years here with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've had some really, really good moments. We've had some lows, but we know what it takes. We have a standard here. We're trying to uphold that standard. Sometimes you lose a little bit of that vision. I think we're in that little mini crisis with this trade deadline and our record, but we're going to keep fighting every single day.
Well, you just think about your career, coming out of a UCLA grade. I mean, I want to say when you were done at UCLA, you held like almost every record, which was a pretty big deal.
Oh, you're a good man. Yeah, I had a lot of success at UCLA, and I'm very proud of my 4 years there. But when Eric Karros and Troy Gloss started breaking my records, they were way better than me. They deserve to break those records.
But then you think your time as a player, you play for a lot of organizations, for a lot of good managers that kind of prepared you, of course, winning the World Series with the Red Sox. I mean, your journey, as just talk about that, what your journey, which led you to where you are today as a leader.
Well, what's funny is I was talking to Mikey Thalbloom, our visiting clubhouse manager today, about some of the managers that I've played for. Art Howe was one of them. I learned so many things. I played for 9 different teams, 8 or 9 different teams at the major league level. And I learned a lot. I learned what not to do from some managers, and I knew what I liked as well. I just believe in the art of communication, the art of eye contact, the art of talking to somebody and being emotionally available for somebody. They're baseball players. They're elite athletes, but they're human beings at their core too. If I treat them with respect and I treat them with empathy, I'm going to get their best effort.
We always love to preach and talk about culture.
Yeah.
The culture that you set. The culture that you have set in the good times, when you're winning manager of the year, when you're getting your team to the World Series, or if you're having a tough season, you can't change your values. You can't change the culture. Talk about that, because you've done that as well as anybody.
Well, you know what? When you're winning, it's always great. The culture kind of breathes on its own. We have to be a part of that culture and make it breathe every single day. So I just had a conversation with the coaches. I called them in today and I said, let's make these words breathe. Let's, it's love, trust, commitment, and effort, adaptability, a lot of different things inside of this culture. We have to continue teaching these guys and defining what it means every single day. We have a number of different players that are working out down there, that were not on the World Series team. They weren't with us at the beginning of the year. So you can't take anything for granted. Go out and teach it and make it breathe.
Love, trust, commitment, never. I told you, I've written it down at home in my home studio. I have it. It's a Swingin' A's plaque, and I have it written on the back. I remember the first time you said it, I went, damn, that's really good.
I appreciate
because
that.
It's true, right?
It is very true.
These players got to believe you care about them.
That's right. So you have to establish trust, and when you start to trust people, they know you care. But it starts with a bond. It starts with a connection. I will say I love you to a lot of people. It doesn't mean that I love you romantically. It means I want to get to know you, and what I know of you, I love every aspect of it. What I can give you right now, I love what you're giving me, and I'm going to give it back to you. And when you build that little bit of a bond, and it's authentic and genuine, you can start to trust somebody. When you care on that level, you teach, and you just keep pushing forward every single day.
I think about Billy Beane and Billy Beane, just, you got to trust when you go through these moments of change and you're going to reboot.
Yeah.
You got to believe you can do it again and again and again. Billy Beane's been able to do that. You've been able to do that. So how much, now that you've done it before, you're like, I can do this again?
Yeah. Well, the A's are a classic example of that, right? They would have 3 or 4 really glorious years, and then they're financially challenged and had to let some great players like Matt Chapman move on. But then they were always constantly reloading through the draft, and they're doing it internally. So to me, when you do it, you're able to teach an 18-year-old or a 21-year-old who hasn't been in another organization, hasn't been infected or taught another way. They come in and learn what's important to you. So when they get to the big league level, they time together, they come up together, they believe together, and they fight together. I think we've learned a lot from watching the A's, the Tampa Bay Rays, teams like that have done it over and over again. And we know what's on the other side of it, because we lost 110 games in 2021. That was very dark. 22, we got better. 23, we went to the World Series. So we're going to keep fighting.
Well, and let's end on this, how just special the bond is that you, your family, the front office with Arizona. Because obviously we all go to Arizona for spring training, but we really saw it during the World Series, how much you guys became such a part of the community again.
Yeah.
Because and I remember talking with Bob Melvin about when they won the World Series years ago and they beat the Yankees in 2001. Just talk about for you, your family, your staff, and the front office, just that bond you have once again with Arizona.
Yeah, it's very unique. We believe in a family environment. You gotta love, and you gotta have tough conversations with family members. When it goes well, there's an immediate connection. The vibe that we got from the fans of Arizona and the connection that we made with the fans of Arizona is something I will never forget. The fans were like climbing out of the windows trying to get to us to support us. We've built that there. We got to make sure we continue that culture.
Yeah, it was one heck of a run. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch you do it again.
Thank you.
Hey, I always appreciate the time. You know, you're our National League team. We love watching you. We're always going to be pulling for you. Good luck the rest of the season, and we'll see you in Orlando at the winter meetings.
I can't wait, man. I always, as always, appreciate the time.